Hooper, I'm Willow, and today I'm going to be taking us through a flow session that we did in my beginner's hula hoop class in Wellington. So today I'm going to be using a 90 centimetre HDPE hoop, but you can use any hoop that feels comfortable for you. Today this flow session is made up of a few different moves that I'm going to talk through as we go through the flow session. But if you would like more explanation and breaking down of the individual moves, I've provided a lot of links to some really awesome other tutorials on YouTube in the description, so check them out. Okay, so what we started with was a forwards weave. So today I am using my right hand and taking the hoop with my thumb leading over to my left hand side, and then following that momentum back, scooping it around to my right hand side again. And once you've got that going, you can kind of loosen the grip on your fingers, and the hoop just kind of sweeps through. You can also think of it as a figure of 8 motion. And then we went into the backwards weave. So we stopped on our left hand side, break the hoop like that, and send it going back in the other direction. So now our pinky is leading. It's the same shape that we're making with the hoop, but we're just going in the other direction with our pinky scooping up and then down. And then we broke it back in the other direction again. So we're back into our forwards weave. And then we transitioned into the spiral down. So what we did there was, when the hoop was in front of us, we grabbed it with both hands, skipped it through like a skipping rope, tap on the front, and bring it up. So at this point, when you bring it up, you're going to be trying to keep the hoop flat and looking over at the other side, which is where your other hand is going to go. And then the first hand that was already holding the hoop will just have to readjust so that you're holding it in the middle, on the inside. And then we're here in this position ready to spiral down our hoop. So at this point you can spin as fast or as slow as you want in either direction. Make sure that you don't get too dizzy. And try and keep the hoop as horizontal as possible to create this isolation effect, like the hoop isn't moving. And then when we're in our waist and comfortable, we can start going into our waist hooping. Okay, so now we're here in our waist hooping, and we didn't spend too much of our time on this in our class, but I've put some links in the description that you can follow if you'd like to practice your waist hooping more. And I would especially recommend Deanne Love's 7-day waist hooping challenge. She does it every month, and it is an awesome thing to get involved with. So we're here in the waist hooping, and then what we're going to do when we feel the hoop come round to the front, we're going to just grab it like that with 2 hands and do our spiral up again. So keeping the hoop horizontal as we go up, and then once we're ready, we're going to take one hand out and give the hoop a push into lasso. So here we are in lasso. You can see that your hand is high above your head. Your hand is shaped in a kind of stop sign with your thumb out, and the hoop rotating just on your palm there above your thumb. And from this position, we're going to take it into a low lasso. So when you feel the hoop come round and hitting the front of your palm, you're going to squeeze the hoop and scoop it round to the front. Kind of like you'll take the momentum of the hoop already where it was spinning, like you're serving a tray. Going down here to about hip height. And then what you'll do is keep scooping it inwards. Your elbow will be now kind of pointing outwards, and the hoop will come in towards your body. And then once you're here, you're just going to keep going with that movement and then push your hand up to the sky, and your hoop will come back up into our lasso move again. So I'll just show you what that looks like again. We're going to scoop it down to the front, elbow out, hoop in towards the body, and then lift back up. So something that can happen with this move is when you get down here, you feel like you want to twist it like that. But actually the movement that we're doing, the hoop is staying horizontal the whole time. So it might require you to move your body out. See how I'm moving out quite a lot to make space for the hoop, because this is quite a bit of a larger hoop that I'm using. So you may have to move out and bend over. So try and get the momentum, let the momentum of the hoop take this move for you. Right. So we were back up in lasso, and then we did some passing. So passing is a great beginner move because you can do so much with it and really let you find your flow through this move. So basically what we're doing is we're swapping hands at the front and back while we pass our hoop around. So at the front it's thumbs together when we pass it, and at the back it's pinkies together. And apart from that, you can really just do what you like with this move. You can spin while you're doing it. You can go in different directions. You can do it up high, down low, close to the body, or far away. And once we were done with that, we hinged to the front. So this was like our hoop is a door and our hand is the hinge. And we've got it out to the side, and then we simply swivel the hoop to the front, tap it with our hand, and then swivel it to the back. And we were back in this kind of back playing position. So for this one, you might need to kind of scoop your shoulders back, and this takes a little bit more shoulder flexibility for this one to make sure that you've got your hoop as vertical as possible behind your back. Might help to have a mirror at this point to have a look at how it looks. And then we went into orbit. So an orbit is when you have your hoop touching the side of your hip and your other hand at the top above your head. Then at the front you've got your two hands at either side of the hoop, the other side, right hand touching the hip, left hand above the head, and then we're back to that back plane again. So if you start to kind of smooth that, try and keep the hoop touching you at all times if you can, just on your kind of lower back area there and on your hips. The more you can do this, the more smooth the move will become. You can turn while you're doing your orbit. And then after our orbit, we stop on the back plane again. So we're back in this position, and we went into a side weave. So we did it on our right hand side, but you could do it on either side. Pushing the hoop out and going into this weave. So this is the same as the forwards weave that we were doing before, except the only difference is you've just changed your body. So your hand is still doing the same, you're just rotating the rest of your body a quarter turn. So now the hoop, instead of going down the sides of you, is actually going on the forward and the back. From this move, we went to a extension twister, I think it might be called, which is when you scoop the hoop down, up, turn it, and then back down again. So this one, we are leading with our thumb the whole time. So your thumb will push up to the sky as far as your arm can take it. And then when you're about above your head with your arm, I've just got a ceiling there so I can't stick it right up. You have to turn the hoop, half turn, another half turn, so that your thumb is facing down again, and you scoop the hoop back down. So if you start to speed up that movement, it will look like a little flip, but actually you're holding on to this hoop the whole time. it can help to just try the movement without the hoop. So imagine that you're just doing rotations, almost like a windmill in front of you with your arm, and you'll realize that you automatically flip your arm around at the top to actually require, you can't get your arm down otherwise. So you're basically doing this same movement, except you're just holding the hoop with it as well. And if you just try to keep it as flat as possible when it's coming down and going up, and then just a quick flip at the top.
Lay me down in the grass, let the bugs take my mind, build a home with my thoughts, and they'll build me a house. I don't mind if it's small, all I need is a room with a roof and 4 walls. And I know it's not much, I don't have much. Would you stay here? Would you stay here? And I know it's not much, I don't have much. Would you stay here? Would you stay here with just my love? With just my ooh, 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 ooh. And we'll pack what we own, won't leave much behind, but I know that a few footprints on the road, and our friends don't have to know.
Cool, so that was our flow session that we learned. As I said, a further really good breakdown of most of the moves will be in the description for you to go to, and next week we're going to be learning some more moves to add on to this flow session. Thanks for watching and happy hooping!